Yo, what's up, guys? This is Why Not Be Reckless, aka Why Not Be Casting. I'm one of the HCS commentators, and we have another HCS Weekly Report where today we're going to be talking about Navi, number two, I would say the number 2 team coming out of the EU right now. They just announced their new roster looking better than ever. We're going to talk about that new roster, talk about a little bit where they were in the past, what could be expectations going into the future, and also take a look at a scrim that they had with Quadrant, who are currently the number 1 seeded team coming out of the EU. So let's hop right into it. We got Snaky, one of the newest members coming into the squad, actually coming in not maybe about 2 months before Orlando, I want to say. Mighty's young gun. But yeah, this man is the real deal, puts in work. Of course, Jimbo. Everyone loves Jimbo. And finally, Snipe Drone, who is the newest member coming over from that Ascend roster, was really the anchor piece for that Ascend roster, because we know how fast Ascend could play, but they needed at least one player to kind of pull the reins, control the spawns, but still could go off at any given time and win their gunfights. That player was Snipe Drone. Now he's going to be hopefully doing that for Navi coming into season 2. Really excited for this. I think Snipe Drone is a phenomenal player. I've seen this man drop so many 40 bombs. I was casting the EU qualifiers quite a bit during the online qualifiers, and every time we would watch us send in a big match and they needed a player to really step up to bring them over the hump towards the later rounds in the tournament, it was always Snipe Drone. Like early rounds, like you just had the 3-headed monster just flying out. Legend, Shady, and Sika would just fly out and pretty much do whatever they want during the early rounds. And when it got tight and the games got close, Snipe Drone always putting in work, and again just dropping 40 bomb at the 40 bomb was always impressive. So really excited to see him on this Navi roster. And of course you have Coach Wonderboy, who by the way is an amazing caster and observer as well. The man does so much for esports. Definitely want to give Wonderboy his flowers. Let's talk a little bit about where Navi were not too long ago. God bless, going from dark mode to light mode is crazy. Sorry about that. Was not ready for it. Over at Valencia, top 3 finish, no surprise. Big money, by the way, $11,000. That ain't bad. But more importantly, going into Orlando, top 12. I think that's really important, because when we look back at a Kansas City, top 24 finish, not exactly what you wanted to see coming out of Navi. I would argue that even though the competition was tough in season 1, which by the way is going to be even tougher in season 2, I think top 24 might have been a big step back, especially compared to for example, Raleigh, which was a top 8 finish. So definitely needed to make a change, it seemed like. And once they did, going into Orlando, top 12. So you saw immediate improvement in 2 placings when they brought in Snaky. Right? Obviously, at the Halo World Championship, they finished out top 16, but they qualified and got there regardless, and really earned their spot, because there was so many memorable games that they were a part of. I think of one versus Sentinels, where I believe they actually took Sentinels to a game 5 and almost upset them in pool play, which would have been absolutely crazy. Navi, again, looking better, because now you're implementing Snipe Drone into the mix, which, by the way, I love Kimbo. I think Kimbo's a great play caller. I think he has a very steady shot, very like formal and suppressed-esque. When they always have that centered reticle, always seem to be hitting their shots and be able to win their individual gunfights. But man, Snipe Drone's a different beast, man. The man's an X factor. He has that X factor in him, the clutch gene in him. So really excited to see what this team looks like. In order to do so, let's take a look at their first scrim, I guess, as Navi, as the newly announced Navi. And of course, you know, when you announce a squad, I think the last thing you should do is go up against the number 1 team in your region. But Navi don't fear anybody. Quadrant, again, Legend, Sika, SLG, and Chick, 2 former teammates of Snipe Drone, by the way, 10-2 in favor of Quadrant. It's a tough one. It's a 2-team race, what it seems like, going into the EU, but Quadrant are still as dominant, if not more dominant, than what that Ascend roster was not so long ago. SLG and Chick are the real deal. Watch out for them. We'll talk a little bit about the stats department. Sika leading all slaves with 244 kills, even 115 assists to go along with it. Not bad whatsoever. Obviously, the leading damage dealer of the crew. Not too far behind him is SLG and Legend, very close in the kill department. Same in the assist department as well. Just a bit of a damage advantage going in favor of SLG. And the two maps that Navi were able to take was a Slayer. Oh, okay. I think this is going to be Slayer on Pit, by the way. And a damn good one. 20 kill performance on there. And a very close Streets King of the Hill Navi was able to beat out in a 4-3 fashion. The rest of the games went to Quadrant. Got a few close ones like 189 to 147, but obviously a couple of blowouts. 287, not what you want to see. 250 to 116 on Street Strongholds. Definitely not what you want to see out of Navi, but hey, you gotta be able to take the punches. You gotta be able to put in the work. You gotta crawl before you run. And if Navi want to take that #1 spot in the EU, they're gonna have to earn it, because that Quadrant roster are damn good, and so is everybody else in season 2. Like seemingly everybody else has gotten so much better. Like obviously FaZe has stepped up. G1 are even better than they were before, and they were already a phenomenal team. Shopify Rebellion look amazing. You're talking about a team that was in bracket play for so long, it wasn't able to. I'm sorry, excuse me, an open bracket for so long, and wasn't able to break out into pool play not once in season 1. They're definitely looking like a great pool play team. Native White and so many other teams to go forth. Now they're gonna have a run for their money, even when they come over to North American competition. So I think it's safe to say that their floor is top 16. I think they will be legitimately fighting for top 12. I think they're definitely a top 12 team, a caliber team, but it's going to be tough. You're going to have a lot of teams down there that are really fighting hard. And if they get hot and go on a big run, I can see Navi breaking into the top 8. It's not going to be easy, but that's what I'm going to say. Top 16 floor, a top 8 ceiling. They really have to be playing hot, and a lot of things have to go their way. But even if they make top 12 or top 16, I'm not going to be upset whatsoever with this Navi roster, and I don't think you guys should either. Thank you guys so much. That's your HCS Weekly Report. Let me know how you feel about this new Navi roster. Are you in love with them? Are you not? Am I undervaluing or maybe overvaluing them? Let me know in the comments down below. Like, subscribe, Twitch, TikTok, and all that other show stuff that content creators do. Thank you guys so much. Peace out.